It's your man Jay Graves, and welcome to the Jay Graves Report MIC Football Weekly Preview Week 4, presented by my good friends down at Travis Creek Stables, located 6417 West Stones Crossing Road, Greenwood, Indiana, or hit them up at 317-893-5205 so you can holler at my good friends at Travis Creek Stables. Now, it's week 4 already, bro. It ain't but like 9 weeks in the regular season, and then boys start getting it in the playoffs. But right now, we're starting to see boys separate themselves from the pack. We're seeing offenses come together, defenses come together. Some cats are falling apart. Hey, but we still got to play the games. Hey, let's start off. First ball game this week, we got Carmel going over to play Pike. Let's move on to the next ball game. I don't know what's going on over at Pike, but Carmel gonna beat the brakes off these boys. Carmel coming off of a 20-14 win over Center Grove last week, and they just purring like a kitten right now. I don't know what's going on at Pike right now. They coming off of a 35-34 loss at Ben Davis. They played well at Ben Davis, but this one right here gonna be over real quick. So let's move on to the next ball game. We ain't gonna waste too much time with it. Now, we got Ben Davis going out to play Center Grove. Now, Ben Davis is coming off of a win. They got a little confidence. They got a little wind in their jaws right now. They got a little swag going down to Center Grove to play at Ray Skillman Stadium. Now, Ben Davis is relying too heavily, in my opinion, on Trent Gibson. He's putting in crazy work. He's leading them in passing at 23 yards. He's got 225 yards rushing. The only other guy that's got more rushing yards than Trent is A.J. Hassel. He's putting in crazy work at running back. But it's getting to be real easy to defend these boys simply because Trent is handling the ball 90% of the time. I'm just saying. So Center Grove on the other end comes into the ball game like we said earlier in the year. They're without the Warhorse right now, who's out. Is going to be out for most of the season. But they're running a stable of running backs that's taking care of business. They've got Connor Depp, Mitchell Evans, Daniel Weems, Connor Fruits. They got crazy. So what they're doing is putting fresh legs on the field every few plays. And it's hard to defend these boys. They had a good battle last week against Carmel, lost that ball game 20-14. But at the crib, Center Grove should be able to come out of this ball game with a win without the Warhorse. I have to name, we're going to call these the Four Horsemen right now. Yeah, that's what we're going to call them. The Four Horsemen ought to be able to put in work against Ben Davis, come out of there with a win. Now, let's move on to the next ball game. We got Lawrence North going over to play North Central. Now, Lawrence North played a hell of a ball game last week at Lucas Oil Stadium against Lawrence Central, their rival. But they did lose for the 15th straight time in the Battle of Lawrence, 41-31. But I'm telling you, Donovan McCulley puts in crazy work right now. Omar Cooper, big play receiver, put in crazy work. Hey, if you weren't at that ball game last week, you missed probably one of the best ball games I've seen in a long time. So, North Central comes into this ball game 1-2. Coming off of a loss to Warren Central, 28-7. They turned the ball over like crazy at North Central. Harry Abel, 1 touchdown, 7 interceptions. That's been a problem with North Central most of the season is turnovers. They got a good team, but they turning the ball over. I see Donovan McCulley and company over at Lawrence North, Pat Mallory and company, with the 5 captains that they got. They got the captain of the offense, the captain of the defense, captain of focus, captain of attitude, captain of I can't remember all of them. But they got all these captains and they got a good team. They 2-1. They should bounce back from the loss last week to Lawrence Central. I got Lawrence North winning at North Central. Let's move on to the next ball game. Now, my game of the week is going to be Warren Central going over to LC Lawrence Central. Now, here's the deal. Both these clubs are purring like kittens right now. Warren Central, Kobe Moore at quarterback, Eli Price putting in crazy work, but their defense is nuts. So they got one of the better defenses out there. But Lawrence Central comes into this ball game after winning the ball game last week, 41-31 against Lawrence North. Jason Graves is leading the MIC in passing yards with 776 yards. He's got 9 touchdowns. He scored 8 touchdowns within the last 2 weeks. So you looking at this offense purring like a kitten with my man Elijah Gaskin III. That done is a big play receiver, putting in crazy work. He scored 3 touchdowns last week. So now what happens when you put this offense, lethal offense, together against this lethal defense? They play at Lawrence Central. I'm smelling the upset in it. I smell it. I smell the upset, dog. I smell the upset. Hey, I got to go with Lawrence Central to upset these boys. If they can't contain Jason Graves, it's going to be a problem. And if you don't have nothing else to do, go on over to the doggone east side of town, watch this ball game, because Jason Graves, Elijah Gaskin is the real deal. And they lost first 2 ball games, but they put up crazy points. Put up 41 points last week and won. So can they put up crazy points against these boys from Dub C? I think they can. Hey, so we going with it. It's your man Jay Graves from the JGravesReport.com. Or you can hit me up on Twitter at JGravesReport so you can holler at your boy. And also remember that this segment is presented by my good friends at Travis Creek Stables. Make sure you visit TravisCreekStables.com to get all your information. You can book your next party, birthday, event, etc. and ride horses at the same time. Hey, it's your man Jay Graves. Holla at your boy.